Did you come in out of the storm? Are you local? I mean, don't worry, I own this place. Just bought it. But I'm not going to live here, no. Sort of investment. Are you all right? You're not ill, are you?
Stay where you are. Don't come any closer.
I just want to help. But don't worry.
No, don't. Don't touch me.
I'm not going to touch you. What is it? What's wrong?
I've lost my way.
Where were you going?
Could you get me a glass of water?
And when you came back with the water, she was gone, right?
Well, how did you know?
Well, that sort of story always ends like that, doesn't it?
Amy, it isn't a story. It happened.
I don't mean story like that, Christopher. Now, don't be sensitive.
Christopher isn't given to flights of fancy, darling.
Which means I have no imagination, I suppose.
She's right. You are sensitive this morning.
My dear Rupert, if you'd had the sort of night I've had, you'd be a gibbering idiot.
Is there more?
Yeah, I'll say there's more.
Marvelous.
So, when you came back...
Well, like Amy said, gone. But she hadn't gone through the front entrance. The door was still bolted. And she didn't go through the back entrance either. I rushed outside and looked. You can see for miles.
No sign at all?
No. And another thing. If she'd come in from outside, she'd have been wet. There wasn't a drop of water anywhere.
Marvelous.
Amy, my dear, would you please stop saying that? I don't find it marvelous in the least.
Christopher, it means that you have a ghost. That's wonderful.
That's ridiculous.
When you came back inside, you went through all the rooms, right?
Systematically, through every nook and cranny. Twice.
And then?
Then I had a stiff brandy.
Several?
Several.
Now, this girl, did she look at all spectral?
Well, I couldn't see through her, if that's what you're getting at.
Oh, she will have materialized. They often do, you know.
No, we don't. And neither do you and his rubbish.
Look at the recorded cases.
Of what?
This kind of phenomenon.
Nutcases.
Nonsense. Look at Christopher. He's a perfectly staid subject as a witness.
Staid, unimaginative. Is there no end to the compliments?
I told you shouldn't have bought the place anyway. You can't live away from London.
I don't want to live away from London. I want to do it up. Call it something like Bridgewater Hall and then flog it to a rich Arab. Or I did. Nothing like a ghoul or two to lower the selling price.
There has to be a simple, logical explanation.
Oh, yes? And what about the footsteps in the night? And the heartbeats?
Footsteps in the night?
Heartbeats.
That's right. I couldn't sleep. I was lying there, half dozing, when I heard these sounds. They seemed to be coming from downstairs.
Oh, come on, Christopher. Just how much did you have to drink?
Nothing to do with drink.
Half asleep, after what happened with the girl, you're bound to have nightmares.
Oh, don't take any notice of him, Christopher. Now, go on.
Heartbeats. Edgar Allan Poe, take a letter.
All right, you can scoff if you like.
Look, I'm sorry, the girl I can take. There must be an explanation for that, but heartbeats...
Well, when I say heartbeats...
Yeah?
That's a bit of poetic license. Which you wouldn't expect from someone as staid and unimaginative as I am. But it was really more like a steady throb.
A steady throb. Or water in the pipes. Or brandy in the brain.
If you think it's so damned funny, why don't you go over there and spend the night, eh?
Oh, yes. Yes, we must. Rupert? Tennis.
Oh, yes, the old boy. You know, he was over 85 when he died and still playing.
Who with? A ghostly girl? Or did he have a Frankensteinian monster?
She was standing right here.
And how close to her did you get?
About there.
Not very close at all.
Oh, look at this. Banquet. December 14, 1927.
It's an architect's drawing. Shows where the baron of beef was to be placed. Pheasant, woodcock, game, chips, syllabub. What's Queen's pudding?
Well, if you don't know, who would?
Banquet?
Oh, yes, the Varneys really lived it up. Until the Indians started weaving their own dhotis and the mills went bust.
Well, in 1927, Sir Mark Teal and Miss Tabitha Smith et al., they certainly had a right royal blowout.
Anyone want this last sliver of pie? No? No? Good.
Well, there's no wind. It's not raining.
No ghosts, no footsteps, and no heartbeats.
The heartbeats and footsteps were after midnight.
I suppose it was a bit optimistic expecting something to happen 2 nights running.
Could have encouraged it if you brought along a couple of bottles of brandy.
Here we go again.
Never mind, Christopher. I believe you.
Thank you, Amy.
There really is a feel about the place, a definite atmosphere.
Thought we'd get to the psychic bit sooner or later. What do you mean, darling, feel? It's a run-down, empty old ruin.
It is not a ruin. The surveyor's report said it was in very sound nick.
Must have had shares in the place. Could I have some more wine, please?
Whatever happens, there must be the basis for a good plot here.
And you've certainly been moaning about your absent muse.
Supernatural, not my field. And stop trying to make me feel better about spending the night here.
What about a game of table tennis?
You any good?
Haven't played for years. Five, love. Love 5, your service.
Thought you said you were no good.
I didn't say that.
Were you a junior international?
Well, I won a cup on a cruise ship once.
Just forgot to mention that.
No, you do better if you put your glass down.
Sound advice. Sorry.
And what's wrong?
Small wager?
What, a bet, you mean?
Yeah, that's what it usually means.
But I'm 5 up.
All right, make it a fiver.
A 5-er?
Oh, makes all the difference between ping pong and table tennis, doesn't it? Come on, you're not usually so worried about taking my money. Why the sudden scruple?
Well, all right, so be it. A 5-er it is. Your serve.
1-5. $15-5, $5-15, your serve. It's your serve, Prisoner.
You...
What you trying to say?
How could I fall for it? I ought to have my head tested.
Still your serve.
Very funny. Very funny. If you have any ethical sense at all, you won't pick that up.
Yeah, you're quite right.
Well, I'm glad
You
to
should
hear-
have your head tested.
If I didn't know...
Amy?
Anyone for tennis?
Hey, that's captain of cricket, Harrow.
Oh, well, will it do for ping pong?
We're not playing ping pong, we're playing table tennis.
Oh, what's the difference?
A 5.
Oh, you can beat Amy.
Rupert just conned me. Why didn't you tell me he was so good?
Yes, he is quite good. He's teaching me. Have you looked in your drawers?
I beg your pardon?
Well, there's packs of cards and loads of stiff collars.
Oh, yes. You know, they must have bought everything by the gross in those days. The old boy was a bit of a miser, I believe. He probably bought everything wholesale.
Scrooge, too. All we need is Alice in Wonderland, and we got the lot.
You know, he practically lived in that one bedroom towards the end. Sold off the furniture and everything.
Well, you mean the rest of the house was empty?
Apart from the patter of ghostly feet and the throb of horrendous heartbeats.
Amy. Amy, where are you? Amy.
It's Amy, playing games.
Go! Oh, blood! The lights have gone. Oh, no. Oh.
Amy, what are you up to? Stop fooling around.
I'm not fooling around. I was down in the study and the lights went out.
Yes, the electrics are dodgy. It needs complete rewiring. Had you heard anything?
Nothing.
Told you, a waste of time.
Well, I can do better than that.
Do you know where the fuse boxes are?
Yes, of course I do.
Fuse wire?
I'm not Rupert Wilde, you know.
All right, go mend it.
You're not scared, are you?
No.
Well then.
Well, I'll need someone to hold the torch.
Or alternatively to light the oil lamp in the kitchen. Come on.
That's it. That should do it.
Go and put it back in.
It must be an exposed wire.
Wonderful.
I'll have to get an electrician down.
Or an estate agent.
Well, it'll all look better in the morning.
Yeah, as it recedes into the distance. Well. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Come on, ready to go.
No, I'm not going.
What do you mean you're not going?
Well, we did it all wrong, coming down here expecting something to happen to order.
What do you want to do? Camp out here for a week? Month? A year?
No, I just want to give it a fair try.
It's all your fault.
So sue me.
We can take a day or two. It's not as if you're in a fever of creativity, Rupert.
No, but I've got a couple of new models at home, and I'd rather be making those than catching pneumonia here.
Models.
At least I make models better than you mend fuses. Well, I'm not spending another half hour in this mausoleum.
It is not a mausoleum.
All right, it's a palace, but the way it is now, your ghosts, real or imagined, can keep it.
Everything happened exactly the way I said it did.
I believe it.
This is where I came in, and now I'm getting out.
Yeah, but you can't.
Why don't you stay with Amy?
Well, that's an offer I couldn't normally refuse. But I have to be in London for the next 4 days.
Uh-huh. Any excuse. Now, come along, darling. You know perfectly well you won't stay here on your own, and nothing would happen if you did. Oh, Lord, the dogged, obstinate look. Well, I'm sorry, but you're on your own, and I mean it.
Stop protesting. You know eventually you won't leave me alone.
Right. Just for once, I'm not giving way. I'll go with Christopher, and you can keep the car.
Amy, you can't stay here by yourself.
You're wasting your breath, I know that look.
Well, then you must stay.
Why? Why should I? It's all nonsense. Bye, Amy.
Bye.
Look,
Bye, Christopher.
bye, Amy. I don't like it.
Not what I heard. but we need some food. All right, so you swallowed the goldfish.
You really are a duck.
You knew perfectly well I'd come back.
Well, you have been a long time. I have to confess, I was getting worried.
Had to do a big shop.
I see you've got the essentials of life.
Village store obviously doesn't have a big turnover in Champagne. They only had 2 bottles.
Get anything else?
Mostly tins.
Tins?
Including a tin of duck, supposedly cooked in wine sauce.
Oh. Didn't you get anything fancy? You know, like big diamonds.
I'm an adventuresome shopper.
And an expensive one.
For you, anything. How is it?
It's a bit rubbery, but more than edible.
Go well with a warm champagne.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
That the conditions are getting the way Christopher described when the girl appeared.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Confess.
What?
It's a bit scary now. Darkness is coming. Storm's rising. Only got a couple of oil lamps. Aren't you a bit scared?
All right, darling, I'll try to be terrified.
Haven't you got the slightest twinge?
Not the merest hint of a twinge.
Well, I have a hint of a twinge. Where are you going?
I'm just going to make sure the front door's bolted.
Who are you? What are you doing here? I ask you what you're doing in here. Will you please give me an answer?
Stay where you are. Don't come any closer. Don't touch me. I've lost my way. Could you get me a glass of water?
What's the matter? You look as if you... Oh, I'm sorry, I nearly said seen a ghost.
You're right. I've just seen Christopher's girl.
What?
She looked very solid to me. I locked her in the study.
You've locked her in?
Certainly. She performed with me exactly the way she did with him.
What are you going to do?
She asked for a glass of water. She'll have to make do with champagne.
Wait a minute.
What for?
Oh, I don't know. I feel a bit...
Nervous? She's as solid as you are.
See for yourself.
Better turn the lamp down a bit.
You're not going to sleep, are you?
I'm going to try.
Don't think I'll join you.
Well, you should.
Not afraid to close your eyes?
I think we should encourage it.
It?
It.
There's a big mental home just down the road, you know, about 5 miles away.
And you think that the girl...
Why not?
And how did she get out of the study?
Female Houdini?
Lightly?
No.
Oh, Rupert, please turn the lamp down.
What if
What if what?
the girl had an accomplice?
Well, to unlock the door when you came up here, let her out?
Then locked it again?
Why?
Why?
Good question, isn't it?
Daft question.
It just means that Christopher has a genuine ghost.
There has to be... What are you doing?
Thanking you for turning down the light.
I was just gonna... Hey, not that low.
All right?
No, I suppose it'll have to do.
What if what again?
What if somebody's trying to scare Christopher out of the house?
You mean the old haunted house movie?
Yeah,
They made one, didn't they, with, was it Bob Hope?
that's right.
Well, why did they want to scare him out?
Not sure they did now. Maybe they just wanted to kill him.
Why?
Can't remember.
Neither can I. Rupert, did you go through the cellars?
Yes, why?
You didn't find Dracula's coffin, did you?
Very droll.
Oh, be quiet now, Rupert, and go to sleep.
It was said the girl was lost on the moors and came to the manor in a distressed condition, seeking refuge from the storm.
And what happened?
Now, I've only skipped through it. His bookmarker was in the relevant pages. I imagine it was left there by the last of the Varneys. Now, he's among the people who claim to have seen the ghost.
Well, what happened to her?
Well, I'm getting there as fast as I can.
She was murdered, wasn't she?
No. She was kept here against her will by a certain Sir Francis Walkener and his housekeeper. Locked away. It's all pretty nasty. Ended up taking her own life.
Oh, poor girl.
Maybe that's why she's...
What?
The girl I saw was a plant. This book, someone put it there so that we notice. Person or persons unknown don't want anyone on the premises.
Oh, for reasons unknown.
At the moment, yes.
Well, I still think that it's a shade of that poor girl.
Look, Amy, I saw her
And she was as solid as I am.
Correct.
And as I said before...
Yes, they materialize. Look, since when have you been an authority on the occult? As far as I know, you've read one book on the subject.
As a matter of fact, I read the...
2 books?
That's 2 more than you've read.
So what?
So if you heard something, saw the door handle move, and you were so convinced it wasn't a ghost...
Ghosts don't turn door handles.
Then why didn't you leap out of bed and chase after whatever it was?
Another good question.
Yes, well, I'll tell you why. Because you were paralyzed with fear. Weren't you, Rupert?
Yes, of course. Paralyzed with fear. Yes, I was. But I did overcome it, eventually.
Of course you did. You're being much braver about ghosts than you are about spiders.
I am not afraid of spiders.
Of course you are. Give me the book.
Below.
The study again?
Could be.
Well, there's only one thing to do.
Is there?
Well, we go down together.
Why the hell did he buy this place?
I told you, to make money.
There must be easier ways.
I'll take that.
But why?
Well, give me that, and then you'll have your hands free if we get into trouble.
If we get into trouble, start running. Because if you stop to ask me a question, you'll be talking to yourself.
Don't you want to be a hero?
Cowards live a lot longer.
I don't like it.
I can't say I'm mad about it, but I think it'll work.
Thought you were a coward.
I am. But I'm less cowardly than curious in this instance.
Just remember what curiosity did to felines.
We can't live the rest of our lives worrying about a house with funny heartbeats. There. This should be far enough. Now, you know what you got to do, don't you?
Yes. I wish I didn't have to leave you.
Don't be silly. Those whom the devil loves live forever.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Idiot. Ghosts can't drive cars, darling.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Mind your own business, whatever that is.
I happen to be in charge of this house.
Oh? Where's Christopher?
Oh, you know Christopher?
Well, I certainly didn't come here to see you.
Where's his London office?
Are you mad?
Getting that way.
In the Charing Cross Road, a rather disgusting hovel beneath another disgusting hovel housing a private detective. My name's Angela Masterton. I've been on holiday in the lakes, and I dropped in here to have breakfast on my way back.
Yes, I see.
Anything else you'd care to know?
No, but, could you keep your voice down?
Why?
I'm pretending I'm not here.
Not all here, anyway.
Officer!
Morning, madam. Can I help you?
Yes. Oh, well, I need several policemen, really, to go somewhere at 9 o'clock.
I'm not sure I'm following you.
It's to rescue my husband.
Really?
Well, he's in a house on the moors. Well, there's someone else there as well. They're trying to drive him out. Well, no, not him, really. The owner.
Your husband is a prisoner in a house on the moor.
Well, not quite.
But he will be at 9 o'clock.
Oh, yes, he will if they capture him.
And who are they?
I don't know. It's just that we kept hearing this sort of funny heartbeat.
Funny heartbeat.
Yes, you know, sort of pulsing throb.
Hear it in your head, do you, madam?
We both heard it. It does mean there is someone else in the house.
Haunted, is it?
Yes, it is haunted, as a matter of fact. But that is not the point. I think I'll go and talk to someone else.
Yes, madam, I think you should talk to someone else.
Listen, I've just driven some 80 miles.
Yeah, so you said.
Promising myself that I go to the toilet
Yeah,
the moment I got here.
you can't.
I must.
Keep your voice down.
You're a sadist.
I told you I'm in the middle of a very delicate investigation.
Oh, sure, you're Sherlock Holmes.
I'm Rupert Wilde, the author.
Never heard of you.
I happen to be Christopher's most successful client.
And keeper of his loo?
A matter of necessity.
What about my necessity?
Please keep your voice down. Could you drive away quietly? Would you mind?
What exactly is the secret?
Well, it's a bit complicated to explain, but it's very important.
You're not from that hospital up the road, are you?
No, I'm not.
Keep your voice down. You might disturb yourself. Not that you aren't already disturbed. Keep.
What a cow. Don't move. Stay exactly where you are. Get your hands on the hood. Move it. I know.
Well, point it somewhere else, will you?
I'm not falling for that one.
Your hand is shaking.
It's not.
It is.
Shut up! I'm going to ask some questions and you're going to give some answers, okay?
Who are you?
A ghost hunter.
A what?
Come on, get on your feet. Slowly.
I told you to...
Over there. Keep it still. No sudden movement.
My dear fellow, I haven't made a sudden movement in years. We've been somewhat remiss, haven't we, Bert?
So this is what it's all about.
Yes, that's what everything's about, finally. Money. Do you mind if we finish off the series? A couple more minutes and we'll have the round million.
Be ashamed to stop short of the magic figure. And I expect they're very fine copies.
Almost too good. With your permission?
Keep it very slow.
Would be difficult for him to be anything else. Eh, Norman?
Let's see. Rome and Paris were flooded with fakes in 73. Amsterdam and Madrid in 75. It all began here?
Romantic almost, isn't it?
They are good. They're very good.
Work of an artist. Eh, Norman? Oh, please. Compliments to the house.
Oh, thank you. Like a nice souvenir.
I told you, Rex, we should have stopped yesterday.
Quite right, Bert. All my greed.
We had a contract, Bert. A contract for $1 million, not 750,000.
That's right.
Trouble, I said.
We know what you said. But finally, you're responsible for this gentleman's presence here, so shut up.
Rex, there's a look about you. Reminds me of the portrait of the old man in the study.
Yeah, nose, isn't it? Oh, I'm a Varney, all right. Trouble is, I was born on the sinister side of the sheets.
So he was in on this?
Not really. The old boy had no love for me, but I made him an offer, which he couldn't refuse. Mind if we switch the machine off? That's the end of the run.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll retire to the study.
A word before that, eh?
Brief word.
These are bad times. Galloping inflation. You look like a fellow who lives, plays high.
You know, I've a feeling you're about to make me an offer.
Why not? You don't look like a fellow who's burdened with too many scruples.
You make that sound like a compliment.
What else? Day of the White Knight, that's all over. Everyone on the make. Everyone plays a hypocrite. Aristocratic lefties send their offspring to public schools. People in high places caught with sticky fingers by those who haven't been found out already.
I should have been a politician, Rex.
Look at that lovely loot. $250,000 here, eh? Free of tax, old man. Free of tax. Good with guns, are you?
Party trick.
This chap's damn dangerous.
Let's debate that in the study, shall we? There. About a quarter of an hour to kill before my wife arrives.
Your wife?
Yes. Oh, and she'll have a police escort.
They are good, aren't they? I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, it was very tempting.
Tempting.
He offered me a share.
A share? How much of a share?
$250,000. And free of tax, old man, free of tax.
Well, it'll make a bestseller, won't it?
Hopefully. But that's work, isn't it?
Well, what did you expect?
Something for nothing?
Nothing's for nothing.
By the way, I told Rex how clever he'd been to plant the girl in the book, try to scare us off.
Yes?
What girl, he said?
You mean
Yep.
you didn't use a girl?
That's what he said.
And you believed him?
Let's say he said it with conviction.
Then I was right. You saw a ghost.
There's another explanation. There must be.
You know what we have to do, don't you? We have to stay. We must.
Not likely.
You're scared.
I am not.
Petrified.
I am not.
You are.
I am not scared.
Terrified.
Nothing of the sort.
Yes, you are.
Not. Not.
You are.
Not.